When I was 19, I was a dead broke student at the University of Hawaii. I had over like $50,000 in student loan debt with no plan on how I was going to repay it. At the time, I felt like I wasn't worthy for success. It was 2012, I was going into my junior year, and I really just got into the business school, but I was broke financially and emotionally. See, as my loan kept growing, I hit this wall of depression. And since I didn't believe I had the intelligence or resourcefulness to make money, I applied for a job at the call center at my school just in hopes to earn some extra cash. My job was to call alumni asking for donations. The job paid $9 an hour, and I made over 200 cold calls in a shift. And as much as I hated the job, I started to realize I had a talent for talking. And I started to learn how to handle objections and build rapport, and I did this for half a year. And at the end of the 6 months, I had raised more money than anyone in the department did over the last 4 years. So because of my performance, I just figured it only made sense to ask for a raise. And I'd proven myself and was pretty certain I would get a huge pay increase. So my vision began coming together. I felt like this raise could finally get me ahead financially so I could start cutting down that growing mountain of debt. And when the special day came, my boss came to me with this big smile and a document for me to sign, which stated my new increase, a huge 80 cents per hour. I was devastated. I had logged countless hours of work already, but knowing how many more hours I needed to log, even to come remotely close to paying just a fraction of my loans off, it got me to the point where I was sick and stressed to the bone every single day. At 19, I knew I should not be living like this. I was supposed to spend my time adventuring and making new memories. I was living in Hawaii, but instead, I just felt financially and spiritually broken. The turning point came really that following Christmas. Since I was home for the holidays, I got to spend some time with my family, and I had really not seen all of them for the whole year. So as everyone was celebrating and catching up with one another, my dad recalled looking around for me because I was the only one out of the family missing. He started to grow concerned, so as he walked up to my bedroom, he cracked the door open, and he found me slumped over the bed, just fully in tears. When he walked in, he sat down next to me and he asked me what was wrong. And with this invitation, I just opened up and let it all out. I told him that I felt lost, that I wanted to go to school because I thought going to Hawaii was going to help me discover my purpose in the world. And I thought it'd bring me clarity in my life on how I could make a difference and how I could impact others positively, but in actuality, I was more confused than ever, and now I had this looming debt hanging over my shoulders. Rather than clear, I was confused. Instead of excited, I was depressed. I felt like I was running in this never-ending rat race that I didn't even know I volunteered for. So after Christmas, I went back to school to repeat this cycle of frustration. 6 months later, I heard about someone who was making money on his smartphone. He was not clocking in or out, and it seemed like he was able to dictate his own hours. So when I met this guy and talked to him, he began to explain to me this concept of network marketing, and it radically blew my mind. He was having a blast, working on his own terms, part-time, and making 6 times more money than me. I was shocked that I could literally start a business with little to no upfront cost. My only limit to how much I could earn was based off my own beliefs. So I immediately joined this company and went all in and quit the call center. Over the next 10 months, I decided to leave school. I moved to Oregon to grow my team, and as a result of taking that leap of faith, I became the youngest top income earner out of 500,000 people and totaling over $10 million in revenue for that company. My personal income from the days of the call center went from $9,000 a year to $300,000 per year. Everything changed. Life was amazing. I was speaking internationally in front of tens of thousands of people and expanding my business beyond my wildest dreams and expectations. And although I rode that wave for 4 years, life threw me another curveball. The company suddenly crashed, and overnight, I lost everything. So I spent the next year exploring and managing different kinds of businesses. I was a high-ticket sales manager, a consultant. I even led a national sales team that sold furnaces door to door. And I knew that this was just part of my next curriculum to teach me more about how the world works and how to position myself so that I could still make that maximum impact but have financial security too. But what I realized this time was that I had my identity tied into what I had and how much money I earned. The truth was, I wasn't my income, I wasn't my business, I wasn't even my results. I was the same person, and the money was simply an indicator of the value I was adding in the marketplace at that time. Those things are important, but I discovered that if I could do it once, I could do it again, only better because I learned. I knew what I was worth, and that time that happened really was sad, but I knew my income had dropped, but my perseverance to succeed didn't drop. So it was at this point of drifting, just at this total area where I realized my purpose, I wanted to, for me, take my knowledge to build an organization that teaches people how to live a life filled with purpose, passion, and prosperity in the information age. I watched my dad build a multi-million-dollar healthcare corporation where he blended ancient teachings of love and compassion into the corporate arena. So this allowed him to be free as he raised me when I was a kid. And this is when we decided to partner up and create Ignite programs, which blends ancient wisdom and universal principles that he used to grow his companies and join it with my entrepreneurial knowledge and network marketing skill set. So together our business takes the best of the millennial perspective and marries it to the learning of wisdom that my father's generation has in business. So since launching Ignite, we've run lucrative events all around the world, becoming international training platforms that we've created, which has helped thousands of people make this transition to a life that makes them get real results. So looking back, my failures were learning experiences. And over the years, I've been able to identify and really get clear on what worked, but more importantly, what didn't work and what to avoid. See, I believe my mission in my life now is to help teach others how to make the same transition I did years ago. For years, I've been asked guidance from millennials on how to excel, whether it be relationships, business, or all-around growth in general. This need for mentorship led me on a journey of research and discovery. I started to spend my time identifying not just the strategies that I used over the years, but also invested nearly $100,000 into seminars, masterminds, and personal coaching for some of the most successful people imaginable. As I started studying what these people did, I began to notice a trend. Despite what they did for a living, all of them faced the same internal problems. And everything began with the self-image. Their behavior regarding how they viewed themselves was the difference maker in their ability to succeed or fail. If you can't manage yourself, you can't manage others. This inner management is everything, and cultivating the right mindset is the foundation of all success. So now my mission is to be your virtual teacher and friend so you not only achieve miraculous and sustainable results, but more importantly, create the bulletproof mindset that can weather any storm so you can once and for all ignite your life.